Matheus Cunha set to miss the rest of the season. Manchester United have made a crucial selection decision, following their qualification for next season's Champions League. According to ESPN Brazil, Matheus Cunha will be rested for the final 3 matches to keep him fresh for Brazil's World Cup campaign. This call was taken after a meeting between CBF and the Red Devils hierarchy following his recent injury scare, which saw the Brazilian miss the Brentford game last week. In a tense moment, with several players getting injured and causing major headaches for Carlo Ancelotti on the eve of the World Cup, at least there's some good news for the manager. Matheus Cunha, a regular starter for the Brazilian national team, had an adductor problem in recent days and, despite still suffering from pain, returned to play and, with a goal, helped Manchester United win the derby against Liverpool and secure qualification for the next Champions League. And since the main objective of the season has already been achieved, the English team will fill in for Ancelotti. ESPN has learned that the CBF Brazilian Football Confederation has reached an agreement with United, who will rest the number 10 player in the last 3 rounds of the Premier League, so that he can fully recover to play in the World Cup. Following Sunday's win over Liverpool, in which Matheus Cunha scored, the 20-time English League champions have qualified for the Champions League following a 2-year absence. Surprising call on Matheus Cunha. With 3 games left to play, Michael Carrick will now depend on Patrick Dorgu, who returned from a long-term injury on Sunday. With Premier League prize money at stake, it looks to be a surprising call, but the caretaker head coach will be confident he can manage with the squad at his disposal. The United No. 10 has proven to be a revelation in the left winger role, scoring 5 times while registering 3 assists since Carrick's arrival. In his debut season at Old Trafford, the former Wolves ace has 9 goals in the Premier League, United's joint second top scorer in the competition this term. Matheus Cunha will be absent for Manchester United's final games of the season ahead of the World Cup this summer. With just 3 weeks left in the Premier League season, the attention of football fans across the globe will soon turn to the World Cup set to kick off across North America in June. In total, a record 48 countries will compete in the tournament, split into 12 groups of 4 teams, with some of the biggest names in the sport set to participate. However, there are also a number of huge stars that won't be in North America this summer, with the likes of Liverpool's Hugo Ekitike and Real Madrid winger Rodrigo among those ruled out by injury. And, having already lost Rodrigo, it's clear that Brazil manager Carlo Ancelotti is not taking any chances with one of his other key players, as the Brazilian Football Confederation CBF has reportedly reached an agreement with United to rest Cunha for the rest of the season. As reported by ESPN, despite Cunha playing a key role and scoring in the 3-2 win over Liverpool, the CBF remains concerned about Cunha's recent adductor problem and therefore want him to take time off the pitch to recover for the World Cup. The report claims that United and the CBF reached the agreement as the Premier League side feels they have already completed their key objective of the season, securing Champions League qualification. Therefore, even though he's fit and able to play for United, the agreement is simply to be cautious to ensure that the Brazilian star is 100% for the World Cup. This means that Cunha will not be available for United's upcoming matches against Sunderland, Nottingham Forest and Brighton, but he will be fit and ready to start when Brazil begin their World Cup campaign in a tough fixture against Morocco at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey on June 13th. Brazil are in Group C of the World Cup and will therefore play Haiti and Scotland in their remaining fixtures on June 20th and 24th respectively, with all 3 matches taking place in the USA. Manchester United have reportedly reached an agreement with Brazil's Football Federation that will see Matheus Cunha rested in the final weeks of the season. Cunha returned from injury to score in United's 3-2 win over Liverpool on Sunday at Old Trafford. The Brazilian had missed United's win over Brentford last week with an injury, but recovered in time to feature for Michael Carrick's side in the victory over Liverpool. United's win over their bitter rivals saw them clinch qualification for the Champions League with 3 matches left to play. As a result, ESPN Brazil reports that United have reached an agreement with the Brazilian Football Confederation, TBF, to rest Cunha during the club's final 3 Premier League fixtures this season. This, the report states, is to allow Cunha to have as much time as possible to recover and be fully fit to feature for Brazil at this summer's World Cup, which will be hosted in the United States, Canada and Mexico. United's final 3 matches of the season will see them host Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford, as well as travel to face Sunderland at the Stadium of Light and Brighton at the Amex Stadium. It remains to be seen how much game time Cunha will be given during the remaining games of the season, and if the aforementioned report turns out to be accurate and the Brazilian is rested during the run-in, with the return to fitness of Patrick Dorgu perhaps offering Carrick the chance to rest the Brazilian on the left side of attack. Cunha joined United last summer from Wolves in a deal worth £62.5 million, and the forward has gone on to score 9 goals during his debut season for the Reds. After scoring his 9th goal of the season in the victory over Liverpool, Cunha reflected on how he settled into life at United following his move from Wolves last year. "Of course, I have hard moments and everyone needs to be strong. We need to wait for the good moments and then work so hard, and I feel that it's only the start of the journey. But I have so many things to learn, so many things to continue, and I also have to help the team to achieve some level that I want to achieve in particular, and of course, help the group to achieve together.